Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
And this is an emergency meeting of the Bellows Falls Village Trustees. It's Tuesday, September 1st, 2020, 5 p.m. and down in the lower theater. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Any additions to the agenda for routine administrative matters and or pressing matters that require ratification at a future meeting? I don't think we have anything. Public comment. Anyone?
Yes.
Who's that guy? Yes, Mr. Mitchell.
Yes, I'd like to express my displeasure of Vic. We've had this police chief candidate going up 6 months, 2 months. Before we even started doing the record check, it was predicted that Sergeant Dave Beavis would be our new police chief. And that came right out of the horse's mouth, Mario Cecchi. He told people that. 2 months ago, I posted it on social media. Apparently, people did not do due diligence. People were not contacted, and I'm very upset about this, and we need to address this. This village is swamped in drugs. We had 14 years of Chief Blake, 20 years of Sergeant David Beavis, and they didn't address the drug problem. And now the drug dealers are very happy that Dave Beavis is in charge. I'm not happy. So, having said that,
Thank you. Anyone else with public comment? I don't see anybody. Okay, there's only one thing on the agenda, and that is the announcement of the Bellows Falls Police Department chief. I guess since the manager is here this evening, that he should make that announcement. Yep.
As of Monday, yesterday, we swore in Chief David Beamis to be the new police chief for the Bellows Falls Village.
Okay.
Is there anything else you need?
Is anyone going to tell us what rate of pay he's receiving annually? That's usually in something we ask for.
So
It's annual.
then I would ask what part is being discussed in executive session, what part is being discussed
I don't know that
in
this
open
necessarily
meeting?
going to need to be at a public, an executive session. This could be a very short meeting.
So to be clear, and you want to know his salary in a
Right.
public forum.
Yep.
He is earning $72,618 per year.
Okay, that'll be as of yesterday. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so the one item was on there, and I believe at least one member of this board doesn't think we should have had an executive, had a meeting about this. However, it's a very important change. We've been working on it since before March of last year, sometime in March, and it's been going on till September, so 5.5, heading for 6 months, and nothing had been done, held off 2 months because of COVID, and it's a significant change, would have been a significant change for our community. It's important that we know that. Also, not all members of this board, just because 2 of them were on the committee, are happy with the change. I just wanted to give board members an opportunity to do that, and also I wanted to make an apology to the members of my community who will be very disappointed with this notice. So, does any of my other board members have anything to say on this matter? Okay.
I do.
Go ahead.
Madam President,
I'm sorry, Mr. Mitchell, we're at the board speaking right now. Thank you.
okay.
I was the chair of the search committee. Deb gave a good summary in terms of the false start that we had because of COVID. The last 3 months, we re-engaged the process. We had an outstanding committee representing people in law enforcement not associated with this community. Also, a number of people, 5 people from the community, also that represented a keen interest in law enforcement. Jeff Dunbar and myself served on as representatives of the committee. The process was thorough. The interview process was, I thought, went very well. I'm pleased to say that at the end of the interview process, the committee of 8 people voted unanimously to recommend David Bemis to be our next chief. I appeared at the trustees meeting on, well, we all appeared at the trustees meeting of August 11th. Jeff and I recommended that we do a background search on the candidate. That was supported unanimously by the Board of Trustees. We engaged an investigator to do the study. That report was sent to me on Thursday evening. I forwarded it to Acting Manager Weiss for his review and decision. As I said, having interviewed all 5 that we actually interviewed, I thought the process was very good, and I think that the best candidate from among that group was selected. And I believe now our job as trustees, which really is always our job, is to show some leadership to this community, to get behind this new police chief, wish him well, engage in a more of a conversation with this new chief, so that the expectations of this board can be clearly communicated with him, to do what I think Deb is doing here now, apologizing for a process that was authentic and real and fair. Instead of saying good luck, Dave Bemis, in this new assignment, I think is a gross failure in leadership. So I, for one, as a trustee, am happy to congratulate Dave Bemis and wish him the very best as our new police chief. Thank you.
Anyone else? Go ahead. Who's next? Jeff, yep.
I wish to second what Jiggs has said. Being part of the process was, in my 3 months of being a trustee, one of the more positive processes that I've been part of. The committee was made up of 8 individuals. It was as diverse as a group as you can get with 8 people, 2 of which, as Jig said, are trustees, 5 of which are community members, 1 of which is part of restorative justice, 2 were police chiefs, 1 is active, 1 is retired, 1 is part of the Vermont League of Cities and Towns. We had a business person as part of the group as well, community member. I was proud to be part of the group. I remain proud to be part of the group. I thought it was a very fair process, and I guess I'm dumbfounded that we're part of a process where we can't get behind first the process. I think if it was a different result, the process would have been supported, but there are people who are unhappy with the result unnecessarily, I believe, and I think that it's a huge display of disrespect to those in our community who gave their time, disrespect for those who were on the committee, volunteering for our community. And we all have the same interest, which is to move this community forward. And it's discouraging to see as much resistance. And I also would like to say, let's work together and not be working against each other over and over and over and over again. We do need leadership, and I hope that that's coming. Thank you.
Wade, you were next, I think.
Thank you. So I basically would just, I guess my feeling on this is that I certainly agree with Jigs and Jeff on moving forward. It's the right thing to do. I think getting behind whoever the police chief is the proper thing to do, and support him and move forward. Having said that, I will say this, I will repeat what I said, I think, at a previous meeting, that I do think with all the issues surrounding the police department from the last 2 or 3+ years, whatever, that we did have an opportunity. I mean, I guess a better way of saying it is we had an opportunity, and my thought would have been to, because of everything leading up to now with the history of the PD, it would have been an opportunity to basically start fresh, bring somebody in, new set of eyes, a fresh mind, different set of skills, whatever it would take to start rebuilding the police department, because obviously we've had the issues that we've had the last 3 or 4 years. So I would have taken a little bit different route, using that as my background. But having said that, I can tell you that, you know, regardless if it's current, as they say, acting Chief Bemis is now the police chief, certainly our job is to support him in that department and move forward and attempt to, you know, get things headed in the right direction in a positive manner.
Okay. Stefan, do you have anything?
Yeah, I'll basically,
You're not on.
concur with my colleagues here. We've got to move forward. Let's not look back. If we have issues, there's topics that we've talked about, whether it be the drug activity, the speeding, or the topics in the in our community, in our village. We have to move forward. The manager is well within his purview per statute. And it's not up to the Board of Trustees. Basically, the trustees are budget and policy. If there's a topic we need to feel that we have to have some emphasis on, and we've all heard it, I think, pretty much. I know I have, about the drug trafficking, et cetera, in the community. You know, we have to set that up as a objective goal, and work with the police and the community leaders to eradicate that from our community, but we have to move forward.
Okay. All right, that leaves me to be last, and I wrote a statement because I am upset, and I will take my mask off. I apologize, but I want to make sure it's clear. Today, I do not have the words to express to you how disappointed I am in the decision of the acting manager to promote Sergeant Bemis to permanent full-time chief of the Bellows Falls Police Department. I do, however, know that I must provide some background for my disappointment. I believe the decision was severely short-sighted, the committee misled and ill-informed, and overshadowed by police-like professionals with conflicts of interest and separate agendas influencing the committee's few civilian members who have little or no contact with our local police on a daily basis. I believe the time and money was wasted awaiting an answer already decided by others who will not have to suffer the same old behavior as in past administrations with no chance of improvement for our community. Ever since the unfortunate behavior of the Bellows Falls Police Department and the departure of our last chief amidst his chronic negligence, causing a subsequent lawsuit, the community and its elected officials had their eyes opened. I had hoped for the better and the ability to create a brighter future for our community. From the acting manager's decision, I can see that is not the case. This community will continue to be frustrated, underserved, and unprotected. In light of other communities across the United States, as well as here in Windham County, taking and considering severe actions to improve police departments' treatment of the communities that pay for their operations by creating police restructuring groups, defunding departments, eliminating departments altogether. It is time Bellows Falls did something. Something to improve the decades of bad decisions, hiring from within one chief after another, pouring millions of tax dollars into a poor-performing department. Elected officials are not responsible for these poor decisions. We struggle to learn the truth and speak the truth. We are kept in the dark by bad management and their department heads. We build budgets around false hopes and lies. I have the courage to speak these truths. I do this at a cost to my family and friends. My other board members here will fail to join me. I want the best for this village. I do not believe the best has been done here, and for that I apologize. And now I will move forward. Thank you. Having spoken, wait, is there anyone in the public who has something to say briefly? This is a 1-minute agenda item. Yeah, I'm sorry. One moment, Mr. Mitchell. Do you have something to say? Okay.
It's past 5 p.m., so I'm off the clock right now. So I'm here as a community member who lives in Bellows Falls. Just want to get that out there. Alex Stradling. Yeah, policing is huge in our community. I'm wondering, and should I submit a formal letter to the trustees to get? You don't have to give me a response, but maybe something to consider. And maybe I don't know if it's possible. Is having a community advisory board, and their each year they meet up with the police chief and evaluate set goals by the community, and that's part of the department's evaluation is that advisory community advisory board that might help with people's concerns in terms of having more input in policing and sort of having more community involvement. You don't have to respond. I don't know if it's possible, but
Next meeting is September 8th.
should I write a letter and get a formal response?
Those things, that's be up to you if you wish to do that.
I'll write a letter.
Okay, thank you.
It's something to consider. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Mitchell, I believe you wanted to speak.
For the record, who suggested this captain for the Vermont State Police do the background check? Who will on record and state?
I wouldn't know that.
Retired captain, I have his name, and passed it on to the right people in the press. Now, I know that we spent under $2,000, but who recommended he do the background check?
I wouldn't know that. I could pass it off to the committee. I don't know if they have anything to say about it either.
Mr. McCall should know it. He's privy to it. He made the report.
I have nothing to say.
Yeah, you have a lot to say. You missed all the time mark and the vandalism and the damage in this community with that drug dealer parade and Sergeant Mario Chetti leading it. You have nothing to say. You have
Mr. Mitchell, you've had your minute. I'm sorry, but you'll have to stop. Thank you. All right. I don't believe there's anything else, and unless any board member has anything else to say, we only have the one item. I do not believe we need an executive session. Therefore, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
All right. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are out of here. Thank you, the public, for participating.